Oh man.
Don't you hate when you do something wrong, even though you didn't mean to do it, but then it makes a hell of a lot more work for you? Yeah, that's what I did. We need to finish up the cooling system on the Fox body, so here's part 2. Yeah, things look a little bit better. Still wet with water, but at least it's not wet with transmission fluid. And you might ask yourself, Kirk, now how did you get transmission fluid all over the car? Well, that's because I had the lines disconnected and I didn't even think about it. So when I started the car, the high pressure line here just blasted everything. It's just, I mean, the whole driveway got messed up. Oh my god, I've just been working an hour here just trying to clean up my mess. And I didn't even want to get anything wet under there because I'm going to paint. That's why I pulled the car back here so I don't get overspray on any of the other cars up here. Jeez, I'm stupid. I'm a dummy. I definitely won't do that again. With that said though, I did acquire a transmission cooler for it. So what I ended up getting, what's this right here? Just a very simple universal cooler. Picked it up from Pep Boys, so it should be sufficient enough. Comes with a nice piece of thick rubber hose here. And what else? Zip ties, fittings, whatnot, the high pressure line. Let's see. And then, there it is, the cooler itself. So it's a nice little cooler. I think it will be just fine. The biggest thing is I need to figure out where to mount this thing. I'm not entirely sure yet. I guess we can go take it up to the car and look where I might be able to put it. You know, on second thought, I was going to mount this separately, but I might be able to just mount it straight to the radiator as its own piece. Set it right in front like that. I just have to drill a hole here, 2 bolts, and call it a day, and that should hold it in place enough. And right there in the front, where it's going to get a good amount of airflow. So I think that's what I'm going to do. That sounds like a good idea. Let's roll with it. And just like that. Pretty easy to do. Just drilled 4 holes, used the holes that were provided in the cooler, and a couple bolts and nuts, and there we are. It's permanently attached. Well, attached enough it needs to be. And yeah, that should do just fine. Oh, I guess I should go check on the car. See if it's dry enough yet to paint. I doubt it. Can always check. Let's see here. It's drier. Not quite there yet. So everything under there should be dry enough to paint. You know, of course, all week that I've been working on these cars, there hasn't been one day with a breeze like this. The day I had to do some paint work, there was a breeze like this. Go figure. I mean, it ain't great, but it's a lot better than it was. The main goal of this was to just stop the rust from spreading around and keep it from coming in contact with the radiator. So that will do just fine. Let that dry. Then we can get the car back up front and start installing things. got the car back up front here, there is a couple things I am looking at because I'm still trying to figure some things out here. You know, not all this is cut and dry. It's kind of custom stuff I'm making work here. So I think what I'm gonna do, and it should be sufficient, is since these lines are kind of just all nasty anyway, I think I'm going to cut them here, like right here at the same point, and then use the hose provided. Actually, I don't know if it's best to cut them there or cut them here and try to bend them a little bit this way, because the cooler is going to be right here and they're going to want to mount this way. And actually, I probably could cut them back even further, like maybe back here, and then just run the hose provided from these lines to the cooler. Hopefully that will work and not cause any leaks or anything. So that's yeah, I think that's gonna do that. Before I do any of that, I will try to test fit the radiator, stick it down and make sure everything's fitting the way it should before I go through all that trouble. So, because that would not make me very happy at all. Okay, let's see here. Let's get this out of the way. There we go, that worked. So I noticed a small issue with my design here. This is why we test fit things. The trans cooler is hitting, well, I mean, it's not hitting, but if I place the radiator where it's supposed to go on the, you know, on the original mount, or, you know, isolating pads, then the trans cooler gets blocked off. Now there's two ways I could remedy this. Drill 2 holes for the lines to go into through the front part there, or position the radiator slightly forward where the lines are on the other side of the core support there, the radiator support. I mean, having this sit properly on the isolating pads would be the best thing to do. See, it would sit just like that, which isn't bad. It'll work. I just don't want anything, I don't want the extra vibrations causing any issues and cracking this or something, but I mean, that will work. There's nothing wrong with it, really. Because I don't even think I have a drill bit big enough, long enough to drill all the way through to the bottom of that piece. This is why custom stuff sucks. Always run into issues. But other than that, if I can make it work just like that, yeah, I think we're golden. I don't think we'll have any issues. I guess we're just going to have to run with it just like this. What more can you do? And right now I know someone's saying, well, you could just do it right. Remember what I said. There's the right way, the wrong way, and the way that works. You know, it's just like how you can build a cheap car, fast car, reliable car. Pick only 2. So now that I got this part figured out, I'm gonna get the lines cut here on the transmission cooler, get those lines ran to the front here, and then try to get this mounted more securely, and I'll come back to it and update you on it. Time for an update. Wow, look at that. Nice shiny radiator. This car is starting to look like a less piece of a crap every time I work on it. So, unfortunately, because I have to order a new radiator mount, I have to use the old ones and they look like crap, but they serve their purpose. They don't really allow the radiator to move backwards or forwards or any other way it's supposed to sit. So it kind of is sitting in an angle, which isn't a big deal really. It's still going to do what it needs to do. Lines are run, both ends, everything's plugged in, everything's good. Fans looking like a fan. But the only thing that kind of bugs me about all of this is down here. So As you can see, how I had to route the transmission cooler lines, they kind of just, you know, they just stick down under here like that. This is temporary. This will all get done a better way. I would love to use stainless steel lines, look braided lines, make it all look nice. Obviously, this car needs a lot of work. But right now, I just want to get this engine working the way it is, and then when it's time, it's getting a full makeover. This whole front end is getting changed out. Everything. Would love to do a tubular subframe, all of it, but it's got to get by. It's got to get through this first stage first. So at least all of that's good. Now the only thing left to do is wire up the fan to power and install the thermostat. Oh, that all fell down in there. Now, because dummy me forgot to get it when I was at the parts store getting the cooler, I needed to get one of these, you know, weird universal style plugs to put in here, but I forgot to do that. Maybe I can, I don't know, figure out something. I'll have to look around, but the last thing I need to do is install the thermostat here, so I'm not sure how much of a pain in the butt that's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty big one, because me and wiring in this car have not quite got along at all. So so I'll take a moment. I'm going to look over the directions here, pop this in, and then I guess we can fill everything up and try to start it and check for leaks. I'm tired. A lot of work has been done since the last clip. I'm going to give you a rundown real quick. Radiator in, wiring done, fan controls in, fan thing in, this is in. I hope that's not a leak from the radiator or I'm going to cry. Everything is hooked up and ready to go. I can turn the car on, check for real leaks. I swear I'm going to be so angry if that's a leak in the radiator. My brand new radiator. I will be mad. Anyway, let's turn the car on and see what happens. Okay, let's see here. Radiator is 210 degrees. Wonderful. That thermostat is supposed to kick the fan on at 106 or 85. Good. That's not working. You know what else isn't working? The radiator. It's freaking leaking. Dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? So much for getting a good deal, huh? So the radiator's leaking pretty good. Looks like somewhere on the bottom. Probably one of the bottom seams welds or have a crack or something in it. That's annoying. Secondly, the freaking fan isn't even turning on. I don't know if it's the fan. I mean, I don't know. But I have everything wired up the way the little manual came from for the circuit here for the to control the temperature, but it's not doing nothing. I just want stuff to work, man. You spend your money on stuff and it doesn't work. And I don't have a whole lot of money to spend. I spent a lot of time putting this together, and I didn't need this to be in worse condition than what I was trying to fix. I can't believe that. I mean, yeah, I didn't spend a whole lot of money, but I don't have a whole lot of money. That's all of that's wasted. All of that work, that time I just did. That's really frustrating. Honestly, and it's not the car's fault. It's not the car's fault. But because I'm piecing a lot of things together that aren't necessarily designed to work with each other, although they can, I've had so much problems with this car in this project. And this is just to get the car ready to put the turbo on. You know, I didn't need to do this. in hindsight, I think I just should have just put the turbo manifold on, stock ECU and everything, and just see what happened. Gonna have to figure it out. Not the results I wanted. Yeah, this isn't the ending that I wanted to make for this video. I wanted to make the beautiful, happy ending of driving up the road in a perfectly working, well, a Fox body with a perfectly working cooling system. How about that? Instead, it's got to end, unfortunately, like this. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. However, that will be it for this video. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with everyone you know, and if you want to see more content like this, then go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and keep a lookout for the next video.